guys? So keep solving our physics subject GRE. So 28 basically is ask you about give you the screen of two rail oscilloscope. The screen is centimeters and spots move horizontally, and the signal is superposition of two oscillations. Okay, I think this one is very difficult. Because somehow that you cannot do any calculation. All you need to do is just guess the answer. Okay, so how do you do calculate this? Okay, suppose you have sine omega 1t plus sine omega 2t, then you will get 2 times cosine omega 1 minus omega 2t times sine omega 1t plus omega 2t divided by 2. Okay, this is all you have, right? So basically you can see that if the lower frequency will towards the bigger envelope like wave, and the higher frequency will have the zigzag motion along the envelope. So basically from this let me see, let me use this. Okay, so from this one oscillation, so from this one you can say that one must have highest, one must have lowest. One is so you see, because you see there's many small one crossing large envelope. So that means one must be have the smaller frequency, one is the larger frequency. So their frequency difference must be large. Okay, so unfortunately, I guess even though we have this condition, then only ABD has this result. So AB are very large, and so ABD their frequency are very different. Okay, and also the higher frequency oscillation have a smaller amplitude than the lower frequency oscillation. Okay, so that means for the, so you see this is, so for higher one you can see there's more small one. So that means for the higher frequency the amplitude should be larger. So so for higher frequency the amplitude should be smaller. So only A and D is possible because B is the lower frequency have low voltage. This is what this is not what we want. What we want is the low frequency will corresponding to the high voltage. Okay. So now the difficult part is what is A and D? What is A and D? Okay, so I already said that the low frequency will form the envelope. So you can see what is the envelope, the length of the envelope. The length of envelope is just like the 1 centimeters. So basically it's 2V. Okay, so the low frequency will form a envelope which is close to 2V. So what is the answer? The answer is D. Okay, I think this one is difficult. That it's hard to guess the answer. Okay. 29, which I don't have easy ways to solve. Basically, you are asking about use the GH bar C to get the answer. Okay, so you are going to use the GH bar C to get the answer, or to form the Planck length. So unless you remember the answer, otherwise you need to compute. Okay, but let me summarize the computation detail. So what is G? G has is the mass divided by kgs square, and C just meter divided by the which is length divided by time, and the h bar is kg m divided by this is the uh, this is the time square and the m times time. Okay, so let me derive these three. So for this one, this is okay. For how about this one? So h bar can be think the unit is just energy times second. So what is energy? Energy is basically the kg times velocity square. Okay, so basically it's this one. Right. And this one can be gmm divided r squared is force. So force it can be written in ma. So g, the unit of g is the a times length squared divided by m. And right. So can be written as the a times length squared divided by m. Okay, so basically this is kg, and the a is just the meter divided by time squared. So L squared is meter squared divided by kg. So you have this. Okay, so once we have these three, then we can form a combination and then just solve for the length. So the answer is this. I suggest that maybe you can remember the answer. So the answer is E. The answer is E. Okay, so for 30 and open-ended YouTube of union cross, basically all you need to know is the pressure must be the same. Okay. So for this one, which is very easy, that we have this dark one. So dark one is just basically the pressure is rho gh, but what we need is just rho times h. Okay, because g can be cancelled. So for this dark one, what we need is just 5 times rho. Basically dark one equal to a light one. So light one just h2 minus h1 at this point. And basically it's the rho one. This is 4, right? Okay. And so we got and this rho one is what? Rho one is 1, right? Okay, so what we got is h2 minus h1 is 20. Oh no, there should be plus 5 because h2 minus h1 still plus 5. So it's 15. Okay. And then you also know that h2 plus h1 is what? You still need one equation to solve the answer, right? But initial is somebody tell you what? Somebody tell you the initial total height is 40. The initial total height is 40, right? 20 centimeters round, but immediate so immediate is 40. So this tells the h1 plus h2 is 45 because 40 plus 5, 45. So what we have is h2 is 30, h1 is 50. So h2 divided by h1 is 2. So the answer is C. Okay. So 31. You have a mass, and you drop up, and there's a force BV. So the equation is mg minus BV equals to ma, and this is mdv over dt. And basically you can solve it, and you have v of 0 is 0. So what you got is mg divided by b. Basically you can solve it by yourself, but I think it's not difficult because okay, so this m round okay. I think this is correct. So when t equals 0, your v of 0 is 0. So your v of t with t looks like this. Okay, and this one is the terminal speed. Terminal speed is easy to compute because BV terminal must equal to mg, right? So ask you about kinetic decrease. Kinetic energy will not decrease, will increase. And the B is also not correct. C said that speed increase to maximum, this is okay, but there's no decrease. D said that the terminal speed depends on B, not F. This is also not correct. The terminal speed basically is mg divided by B. So depend on m, depend on g, depend on B. So the answer is E. Okay, thanks for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay.